Okay, and this is the volumetric flask, which is 250 centimeter cube capacity. So here you have a mark here, and you have to make up the solution to the mark. All right. So what I'm going to do is prepare 0.1 mole per dm cube of sodium carbonate, and we saw that in order to prepare a 250 centimeter cube of 0.1 mole per dm cube sodium carbonate standard solution, you require a mass of 2.65, isn't it? So I'll take a mass So first set it to 0. I don't need this paper, in fact, I'll use the pot straight away, weighing pot. Adjust this to 0 because I want 2.65 gram to be taken, okay? So carefully add the sodium carbonate into the weighing pot till you get a mass of 2.65. Any spillage on the balance. Okay, so this you should be successfully doing it, otherwise your readings will be going wrong. Now what I will do is into the 250 centimeter cube graduated flask, place a funnel and the glass rod to support, and I carefully add the sodium carbonate. Now you see that
it doesn't go in.
Yes, it doesn't go in. So what you can do is you can add small amounts of distilled water for it to freely go into it. But you have to be very careful with the apparatus. You should not be spilling any of the mass of sodium carbonate here and there. After finishing off with the sodium carbonate in the weighing pot, there will be some traces of sodium carbonate still in the weighing pot. So we need to wash this weighing pot with distilled water. Okay, wash it, and then when you are washing and adding to the funnel, make sure you use a stirring rod and keep the bottle so that there is no spillage of the water that you are adding. Water is not spilling. Okay, so carefully you add using the. So this weighing pot you got to wash 2-3 times to make sure that you have added all the sodium carbonate that was taken in the pot. Okay, so I'll wash it 3-4 times. And then final rinse with the distilled water. You rinse the sides of the funnel. Okay. So all the sodium carbonate is washed into the graduated flask. After that, you can fill it to half the volume with distilled water, just to dissolve the first part of it. Okay, whatever you have taken, the solid substance, you dissolve it in the distilled water that you have added. Now we completely add with remaining distilled water. We have to make up the solution to the mark, and you have to be very careful when you are doing this because the meniscus should not go above the mark. If that is the case, then your readings that you do for titration will not be accurate. So very careful hereafter. So little at a time. Is it on the mark? Now? Yeah. So now the lower meniscus is on the mark. Do you see that? Okay. You can't see the mark? Okay, when you make the solution, you'll get to see that. So it is on the mark, and then you have to mix
What if
the.
you made it too much?
Pardon?
What if you made it too much?
You have to
You have to
restart.
restart
Yeah,
the
then you have to
whole thing.
restart the whole process because it will go inaccurate.
Because if you
So
take
you
it
have,
out,
because
you
this
take it
250
out.
centimeter cube standard solution you are making. So if you go beyond the mark, then it is not standard.
Yeah, so
The concentration varies if you go beyond that.
you
Okay?
have to
So
restart.
if you go beyond that, then you have to do the whole thing again.
Yeah, so be careful.
Be careful. That's the underlying statement. Be careful as you
I'm always careful.
come to the mark. Okay? So you have prepared now a standard solution of sodium carbonate, 0.1 mole per dm cube solution. So once you prepare this, you write your name and the concentration of the sodium carbonate that you have made and leave it in a tray, and we will do that. We will use that standard solution for the next practice.